Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. And not good news for Springbok fans with another late change having to be made by Rassie Erasmus. Jean Klein has been withdrawn from the squad this weekend due to a niggle, and as a result, Eben Etzebeth will start in the number 4 jersey once again. And in his place on the bench, Marco van Staden will join things. And so frustrating because, to be honest, I think a lot of people were looking at 2 to 3 players this weekend with a lot of intent. Wilco Low, Jordan Hendrickse, Jean Klein. Those are the 3 players who kind of been given a chance, as well as Albert Low, but I think he's pretty established. Those 3 players kind of more the fringe players that we were very interested to see how they went. And Jean Klein, for me, had a massive chance to really remind them what he can do. I spoke in the week about the fact that Salman Murat hasn't really grabbed that opportunity to be the backup number 4. And a big game from Jean Klein could do exactly that. Just remind him what he brings and keep him in the mix. Now, for example, he's been ruled out. He will not play a single Springbok game this year. And very frustrating for him. And Rassie Erasmus has said the following about it. He said, "We feel for Jean as it would have been his first test since the Rugby World Cup final last year. But Marco is also a Rugby World Cup winner, has been with the squad all season, and he has also been training with the squad all week and throughout the tour. So it was a logical choice for him to start on the bench." I actually don't think it's that logical. I would have had Quacker Smith, to be perfectly honest. That would have been where I would have gone. But so interesting that they've gone with Marco for starting. So hopefully, I mean, we did this yesterday with Wilco Low, but hopefully this is the final Bok team. So as you can see, the Eben Etzebeth come in next to Franco Mostert, and he will play once again. So he'll continue to extend that record he's got, but from the get-go as opposed to from off the bench. And then as you can see, Marco Verstappen is coming on the bench. They've named him number 19. I don't know if that's a case of the jerseys have already been embroidered, and it's easier to just get his one redone as opposed to getting number 19 done as well as number 20 as well as number 4. I don't know, because every single jersey is individually embroidered, and usually you'd have Arceus name in the number 19 jersey, Marco Verstappen in the 20 and the likes. But that is hopefully our final 23. So yeah, I do think it's gotten better, obviously, in theory, with Eben Etzebeth coming in for Jean Klein. The bomb squad's changed quite a lot from a perfection point of view. It was 2 locks and a loose forward. Now it's 2 loose forwards and a lock. And I'm a little bit sad about that because we haven't actually really seen the 2 lock, 1 loose forward bomb squad this year so far. And this was going to be the first time. So I was almost quite excited about it and seeing what change it might have with the scrum. So yeah, the bomb squads now had to have a bit of a tweak because we hadn't had it tweaked when Oxenchair was rested, because all that happened is Wilco Low came into the 23, Oxenchair dropped out of it, and Thomas Toy just switched from the 3 to the 1. So the bomb squad itself actually hadn't really changed. Now we've seen a bit of a change in the bomb squad, and it's actually a completely different looking bomb squad. Because what you do have in Marco van Staden is somebody who's very good over the ball. So you do have another fetching option, for example, in theory. Still think that Quacker Smith would have been the better option. So I'm almost quite surprised. But again, I suppose it's also about giving players a chance and seeing what they can do. And to be fair, Marco Verstappen has got a little bit to prove, given the fact that people weren't particularly impressed with his game 2 weeks ago against Scotland. So he's now got an opportunity to get himself back in the mix, come off the bench, where I do think he's actually probably better. I genuinely, from what I top of my head, can think of more times where I've been impressed with Marco Verstappen coming off the bench than I have been when he has actually started from the get-go. So maybe this is exactly what he needs. But absolutely got it for Jean Klein because, as mentioned, the number 4 position for the Boks, Arceus and Jenny plays as a number 5 lock. Sometimes they don't always pack down at the scrum in exactly the same way. But, as a kind of enforcer, big ball carrier, big physical type of specimen, Jean Klein is more the profile than I think Salman Murat has so far in terms of what we've seen when he's playing for the Boks. And even Etzebeth, there's always a kind of that big gap between him and the next place player. Jean Klein kind of filled that role last year in the World Cup, and I was really keen to see how he would have gone because he's been playing some good rugby for Munster. I hope this is not the end for Jean Klein in the Bok jersey. I think it's been quite brutal, with injuries, for example, but to go on and play in the World Cup final to then not being able to get a game this year, was quite weird. It would have been very frustrating for him as well. But he was supposed to get an opportunity this weekend, so hopefully, he's still on the radar. And if there are any injuries next year, I do expect him to be back in the mix. If he puts together a strong campaign in the URC, then I think he might be in the mix anyway. But let me know what you think of this hopeful Final 23 down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.